a matchup we have tonight as the Hornets and Tigers do battle. It is week number 8 of the IBEW Local 1205 Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week presented by Radiant Credit Union. As tonight, Lafayette takes on the squad from Trenton. Good evening, everybody. I'm Randy Reinhardt, a last-minute fill-in for Jeff Cardozo, and joining me, the legend, the All-American Shannon Snell. Shannon, what a matchup we have tonight, 6-1 and 5-2.
Yeah, really good matchup. I look forward to this at the end of the season, Randy, and you know, teams that are fighting for the rule playoffs coming up, right? We're at the end of the season, it's getting cooler, so we'll see how it goes tonight.
And now he puts on the chef hat because he's cooked up that recipe for success for each of these teams, courtesy of Sunday's Barbecue. We are barbecue. What are you cooking up there, Chef?
Yo, let's talk about Trenton. All right, number one, Trenton, eliminate the pass lane. They're going to have to get after it a little bit. Lafayette likes to throw the ball around. They got a guy back there, explosive playmaker. They got to cut down on those pass lanes tonight and limit those explosive plays. And 1D, right? They're going to have to come out and play defense. Limit them to one possession. Limit them to being one-dimensional. 1D tonight, if you're doing that at Trenton, you're going to be really successful. Lafayette, you got to play some mind games. You're going to have to run the ball. You're going to have to throw the ball. We're going to talk about a playmaker here in a second that's going to have to do both of those things and to blow up the run game. Listen, Trenton loves to run the football. That's how they get their offense going. If they can blow up the run game tonight, it's going to be a tough night for Trenton.
You want playmakers? This guy has got some playmakers. Who do you have tonight?
All right, let's talk about playmakers. For Trenton, middle linebacker Zane McCardo. We talk about slowing down this offense for Lafayette. That's going to be the guy that does it. Has 51 tackles in the season. Going to have to make a bunch of them tonight. And the guy that I really want to talk about for Lafayette is Tywan Williamson. This guy is explosive in a bottle. If you let him get out there, he runs and guns. If you let him get in the open field, it's going to be ugly. If you let them uncork that cannon over arm, it's going to be ugly. Got to get him under control.
For the Hornets, they have won 11 of their last 12 regular season games. And for the Tigers, they are looking for their first winning season since 2017. Are you ready for some football?
Randy, I'm ready. Let's do it.
Are you ready for some football? What a night we have. It's Tigers and Hornets. It's our kind of mess. And we bring it all to you live right here on Friday Night Rivals in one place on My 11. It is week number 8. It is time now for the Radiant Credit Union coin toss. Radiant Credit Union, define your financial future. And there's the toss, and Darian Blue, our referee for this contest tonight, talking to both of the teams, and it looks like the Hornets have won the toss, and they're going to receive. And that's how we're going to start week number 8. As a young man who was also part of the marching band is also kicking off, Mr. Sears. And it's an onside kick, and it's recovered by the Hornets, and they'll have great field position after that Sky Frog kickoff.
Yeah, Jack Stewart able to jump on that one pretty quick, and a little trickery right there, right out of the gate, right? And listen to a little inner Sandman. Hopefully, it's not a nightmare for the Trenton here tonight. But this should be a good game here tonight, Randy. Both teams, really good season so far on the year, and looking to see what they can do here tonight.
By the way, Sky Frog stay motivated. 1st and 10 now. The Hornets from the 48-yard line. You kids in your rock and roll, that is not here to stay. I just want you to know that.
Listen, I'm not aging myself here, but you hear a little Metallica and some Enter Sandman, you got to get hype.
Welcome to the Trenton Jungle here tonight. 1st and 10 from the 48 now for the Hornets. And we're going to throw on this first down play, long downfield, and the pass is caught. All the way down to the 20-yard line. What a play to open it up with Trevor Bird and company with a UF Health first down.
Yeah, we talked about what Tywan Williamson can do in the open, and this is what he does. You're going to see that guy turn it loose, and this is one of his favorite receivers in Trevor Boyd. Really big receiver, lanky, possession receiver, but you can see here got a couple moves and was able to get down there real deep into the Trenton territory.
Inside the red zone, Bird again, it's physical on both sides of the football, number 1, and he's earned that status. And now you look at the backfield now, they've got a power set. And on the inside handoff, they're going to take it off the right-hand side. And look at that run all the way inside the 10-yard line down to around the 5-yard line.
Yeah, number 20 right there, just Alex Townsend, just not the biggest guy, but was able to weave through traffic and make some things happen. And this is a heck of a drive, moving quick if Lafayette is.
Townsend 5'5" and 147. It's going to be Bird time, and he plows his way
and a touchdown.
To the goal line and takes the score. Some 17 ticks into this contest, according to the clock. I think we had more time to serve than that, as you can see what we say on the lower right. And just like that, there is a touchdown in this contest rapidly. Trenton going for the onside kick. Lafayette with a short field to traverse, and they take it in for the score.
Randy, they move faster than we could talk. I mean, good Lord. I mean, we saw this team just really take the opening kickoff, and nothing stopped them. So expect to see that from Lafayette all night here tonight.
Extra point time, the snap, and the kick by Townsend and company is up. And just like that, it is 7-0 in this contest. Well, we talked about Trevor Bird being a factor offensively and defensively. A great pass, and you also saw the composure of the young quarterback as well, too. And Tywan Williamson is the real deal.
Yeah, able to get in there and hasn't really showcased what he can do, but he's got a lively arm. The guy can run, and when he gets onto the open field, can be a little bit of a problem. So this is probably what you got to do if you're Trenton, right? Is that you run the football really well. You got to slow this game down because you saw Lafayette moving that ball at lightning speed. Generally doesn't like to be stopped here, and this is exactly why they're one of the best teams in the rural division.
Well, Williamson is a passer at quarterback, 64 of 111, 1,131 yards, 20 touchdowns, 7 picks, but those in just 2 games. As now it's kickoff time for Alex Garcia-Townsend, as he has to tee up the sophomore. A diminutive guy. He touched on it about 5'5", 5'6", but man, he's all over the field already tonight.
He is kicking, and so we saw him down there near the goal line. Just, got a bunch of athletes on this team, Randy.
Another Sky Frog kickoff, and the return going to start from the 20-yard line. And look at this near side, up the sidelines. Nice return all the way across the 45-yard line for one of their big guns, and that is Alex Henry. And Henry's got his team in good field position for this first drive after that Sky Frog kickoff.
Yeah, we didn't highlight Henry at the beginning of this telecast, but Henry's their running back. He's their guy. That's the bell cow that's going to get the ball 10, 15, 20 times here tonight.
And watch Jackson Gentry at quarterback. Very smooth running the offense as well, too. Smart. Got great football IQ. He can make the adjustments at the line. And you talked about it. This team would love to shorten the game and run as much as possible. In fact, they've attempted less than 100 passes on the campaign.
Yeah, they have to tonight. They don't want to get into a shootout with Lafayette, who has just a really high tempo off the page kind of offense. Got to slow this game down, really lean on this front and this secondary for Lafayette, and really hold on to this ball.
Coach Brian Fry and company have a first down for the 48-yard line. They're going to hand it off, get it across midfield, and burrow their way down to around the 48-yard line, maybe the 47. So a nice gain on first down. It'll be second down, and they're about halfway home. We'll take a look at that strong defense that the Hornets will put out on the field as well, too. And you can see the guys up front. We talked about Bird playing on both sides. Good strength in that. And, again, Williamson playing on both sides of the football as well, too.
And you'll see a lot of guys playing both ways. You talk about, we used to call it Iron Man football, Randy, and there used to be a badge of honor if you could play both ways. You'll see that a lot here tonight, and guys playing at high level on both sides of the ball.
Zane Braswell's the up back from the eye. And the second man through gets it, and that's Henry. And Henry got to the 46-yard line and saw the wall right there. We should mention, too, that Wyatt Van Landingham, who would normally be in the backfield as well, too, not going to play tonight with a high ankle sprain.
Yeah, not going to play tonight. And going back to that play, this is what can't happen, right? You get stuff for, second and nothing, or you get stuff for no gain on second down. You need to kind of stay ahead of the sticks, right? Nice job by Lafayette's Cade Brandon, able to kind of close that down, and kind of got blown out of there, but all of his buddies came from behind him and made a really nice gang tackle for Lafayette.
One wide to either side, a tight end to the bottom. The backs from an eye behind the quarterback in Gentry. On this third down play, and they'll keep it on the ground. Henry trying to bounce it to the outside. He's to the 42, maybe the 41, and he's near the sticks, and we'll see if he's got enough for the first down, as we wonder if this might be 4-down territory if they don't get the first down.
It looks like it was first down. I mean, it's right at the sticks, and it looks like the ref is moving them forward. Yeah, it's first down.
We should mention here the clock is probably a non-factor here. The one that we have at the scoreboard at the physical school said there was 9 minutes and 88 seconds left to go in the first quarter. So I love the new math, but I think they've taken it to a new level.
So you're telling me there's not 88 seconds in a minute?
Not anymore. I know inflation has done a lot of things to the economy, but I don't think it's done that. So
learn something new every day, I guess.
They've got a placard now with plays, and when they do that, they look to the sidelines to the players, and they look to their wristbands for more information. And again, they want to shorten this game. They're going to keep it, and first man through it, and the ball squirts free, and scooped up by who? But scooped up by the Hornets, and it's Mr. Number 9 who seems to do just about everything for them. Tywan Williamson coming up with the football.
Yeah, I mean, he can run the ball, can throw the ball. Now he's coming up with a big fumble recovery. You see right there, just got to hold on to that ball. You see he got stripped through. You see number 11 right there for Lafayette. Jack Stewart able to come up and strip that loose, and you see Williamson able to get on top and give him another possession.
So Taiwan's got his team back on the offensive side of things. This guy's had some great numbers against Sewanee. 316 yards for him in total offense. We've not seen him on that first possession really take the ball and move to the outside, but this is a guy that's a running threat as well, too. They've got a wing to the bottom. And on the first down play, they're going to get the ball up to the 43, maybe the 44-yard line, so a short gain on the play.
Yeah, nice play right there by the guy I highlighted in the beginning of the telecast, Zane McCardo. He's going to be a guy that has to slow this offense down. He's a linebacker that's averaged 7.5 tackles on the campaign this year, and has to have a heck of a game tonight to really have a chance.
Lafayette only one loss on the season, and both teams lost to the same school, by the way. Each lost to Chiefland, and both schools also gave up 41 points to Chiefland as well, too. Second down, Williamson standing right in the pocket. Pass is complete. Dumps it near side across midfield. Nice cutback down to the 30 and all the way down to the 26-yard line on the reception. That time is Alex Townsend.
Yeah, this team is just explosive. We can see it right here, Randy, where, you know, they pretty much opened up the playbook, running stuff up the middle, couple pop passes across the middle, quick little screen to the outside, or quick little pass to the flat. And you see number 20 right there, Townsend able to get up and get really big yards off of what should have been a minimal gain.
Another GFL first down. Green today, green for life. First down for the 26-yard line. Doesn't play like a sophomore. And Williamson looking long across the middle for his man and in stride. That was a thing of beauty for a touchdown. Count it as it goes to Henry for the second score in this contest for the Hornets.
Looks like there was a flag on the play right here.
We're going to bring it back, and holding is the call, so we'll march it back 10 instead. Referee Darian Blue with the call, so we'll negate that Radiant touchdown. So we don't have a score. We stay at 7-0, and we'll take a look one more time. But that looked like a practice play. It was so smooth.
Listen, if you're Trenton, you better wake up. I mean, these guys are out here. Lafayette's coming to play. They really just, I mean, their offense has really not missed a beat, minus the holding right there. They got to wake up and play a little bit better defense here. And that score on the screen is it's supposed to be 7-0. That was a holding. That call got called back here. So.
And that was Lane Osteen on the reception that time. So one man in motion now. They got four wideouts on this play. Pressure right up the gut. The pass is dumped incomplete. Williamson did that just to save his life. Great pressure right up the middle on that play. And coming through, there were three guys led by Zane Braswell.
Yeah, Braswell's lucky he got there because the middle screen was set up there, and had Williamson been able to complete that pass, there was nothing but air and opportunity and free blockers in the middle.
So with that being said, we'll mark it back to the 36-yard line. It'll be second down and 20 from there.
And what we've seen from Lafayette so far is that this seems to be an easy down for them, right? It seems to be, and that last play was probably their first miscue here tonight, but let's see if Trenton can capitalize off of that and force a second down stop here.
Marcus Edwards in his fifth year looking for win number 39. He's 38-18 in his career as head coach. And his offense now looking for more. Great pressure rolling. Is Williamson to the outside, and downfield they go. And look at him. I mean, this is a guy that is so slippery. You think you've got the numbers, you think you've got the corner, and still they gets a pass off to Parker Hill.
And I told you, Randy, like you watch this young man on film, and you think, man, that's, you know, this guy, he just does everything very smoothly, like able to run and, you know, remind you of some of the quarterbacks, the smooth quarterbacks that you might have seen around both college and the league, and just like this kid has all the tools to take it to the next level.
We're inside the Call Mattress red zone. Call Mattress deals so hot they built a fire station across the street. So mark the ball down inside the 20-yard line, down to around the 17. It'll be first down from there. Parker had a great game earlier this season, 3 catches, good for 108 yards against Dixie County. Keep it on the ground, but wait, we have a hanky before the play resting at the 16.
I mean, is it me, Randy, or has it felt like Lafayette just has done everything they wanted to do here in this opening quarter?
They are like a gerbil in a habit trail. They are rapid to the line. They're playing so fast and moving at a different speed.
I mean, I feel like we need to get prepped a little bit better for as fast as they're moving. I mean, it really is fun to watch this kind of offense and the execution. And just, you know, a lot of times this is tough to do in practice. This is tough to do on air, what they're doing here tonight. And, you know, they're executing at a really high level, and Trenton's feeling every part of it.
You know, Marcus Edwards, the head coach, is a guy that came home 3-time All-State selection, graduated from Lafayette back in 2004, went to South Florida on an academic and athletic scholarships. In fact, or what, in 2007, I think they were up to number 2 in the nation at one time.
There's a snap, inside handoff, he's bent.
And Townsend going nowhere. Got to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. You can see number 20 was met by number 20 on the play. Great job by Braswell again.
Yeah, Braswell there. Also, Zane McCardo also on that tackle. So that's what you need. You got to stop the stuff in between tackles. All right, you're going to have to deal with, what Williamson can do on the outside, what he can do on the run. But if you don't stop the elementary between the tackles and let them run it down your throat, you're going to have a lot of problems with the stuff that they don't do.
Second down. Yeah, second down and 14 now. Williamson wants to throw across the middle. Same play we saw earlier. And this time it does work, and this time there is no flag on the play, and this time it is Lane Osteen with the touchdown.
Oh, my gosh. That was just an RPO flag route, meaning a post route. The receiver, he had the option to hand this ball off the side, able to pull it, and threw that same post route that he threw earlier for a touchdown. This time no holding, and equals 6 points for Lafayette.
And Townsend back on the field for the 14th point. Well, so far, the concept of trying to slow the game down has not worked for the Tigers.
No, and it's going to get more difficult, Randy, as you get further behind the chains where you're going to have to be forced to throw the ball, which is something that you highlighted that, Trenton doesn't do a whole lot of.
And we'll see what happens here. Up 13-0 so far. We're just about not even halfway through the quarter. This is a team that has scored points on the campaign. They've scored 27 or more points in their 6 wins so far this season, averaging 35.9 and giving up 20 per contest. Snap, kick, and it is blocked at the line of scrimmage. Again, that was a slow developing extra point and allowed the D to get through, so we'll stand at 13-0. So that's where we stand, not quite halfway through the first quarter. All Lafayette early in this one. They have got 2 touchdowns, 1 extra point, and a team looking to go 7-1 in the season, up 13-0 in this one. We'll take a break here on Friday Night Rivals on My 11. On a gorgeous night for high school football. Cheerleaders are digging it. And, it's so nice. Shannon and I said, no, we don't want to be in a comfy press box. We want to be with the people in the stands. Do this Harry Carey style tonight.
I love it. Listen, I love being outdoors. It's nice, cool weather, man. It feels like it's about 68, 67 degrees out here. And football weather, why not get in the elements? It reminds me when I put my hand in the dirt on my Friday nights back, 5 years ago.
Were you a mutter, or were you a warm weather kind of guy, so to speak?
I mean, I'm from Tampa, so I'm a warm weather kind of guy. I love the heat, right? But I also enjoy the times when you get into the Novembers and Decembers and you feel the nice cold air. That's when you know it's getting to be playoff football. You're getting a little bit further along. And speaking of playoffs, how about this Lafayette team showing what they're doing? I mean, on their way a march to the playoffs. I mean, fantastic offense and what they've been doing early on tonight. It's
time to raise the roof with Mission Metals, your trusted hometown metal roofing and metal building supplier, right here on Friday Night Rivals. They've raised the roof here, but it's been the visitors who have done it, blown it off here early on, up 13-0 in this contest. All right, you're going to get the ball again, and if you're Trenton, you weren't able to move the ball. Just the miscue kind of hurt you.
Yeah, you can't give the ball back to Lafayette. You see what they can do with it. You've got to slow this game down and at least try to flip the football field, right? They're able to go to the field pretty quickly. And, you can't do simple things like this, like give them field position and put yourself in bad, right? You can't do that. This team is really good, way too good to be giving them free yards and free mistakes.
The good news is they cover the ball. Well, we would like to take a moment to thank the fine folks at Sonny's Barbecue for feeding our Friday Night Rivals crew. Sonny's, we are barbecue, and the pudding tonight was second to none.
Yeah, that banana pudding is so good. I don't think there's some underrated items at Sonny's, right? The burgers and the wings, the smoked wings. If you go by, get some of those, right? But that banana pudding, it is literally a weakness. Like, I'm like Superman. That's my kryptonite. It's really
well. Ben, our on-site producer, gives it 3 thumbs up. Because he's eaten 3 of them already in the first quarter.
I wonder where mine went to.
He's on a record pace so far tonight. All right, here we go. First down and 10, just past the 20 at the 21-yard line for Gentry and company. Let's see what they can do offensively. They move the ball, but the fumble just across midfield kind of ended that drive.
Yeah, you gotta hold on to the ball if you're Trenton. Stretch this quarter out, right? We're still in the first quarter. Surprise, surprise. We've only 6 minutes have gone by. Got to hold on to this ball and get themselves some points on the board.
Gentry looks, quick pop, pass is complete, and they're going to work it to the outside, and a nice run that time after the catch by Brent Bivens. So Bivens makes the catch and gets a nice gainer as well.
Yeah, nice little hook route right there, able to turn to the outside and get up that right sideline. That's what you need, right? A little bit of chunk plays here and there. Start to flip the field. Let's just move the ball ever so generously like we know Trenton can do, but you can't have the miscues, and that's the biggest part of what happened on that first drive.
Bivens against Bell, by the way, 4 catches, 117 yards, and that man had a touchdown in the contest, and he's coming back next season as well, too. First and 10 from the 37-yard line, just about halfway through the stanza. Backs from an eye, second man through's got it. And up to the 39-yard line, that's about it. Short gain on that play. But again, the mix in of the pass can keep that defense a little off kilter a little bit, as that time it's Henry on the carry.
Yeah, you got to love this offense. The eye offense, you got a fullback leading you through the hole, so you got an extra blocker. It's an offense meant for just ground and pound, right? If you watch the UFC and you have a favorite fighter that likes to fight on the ground and just pound people, this is kind of how it describes Trenton's offense. They'll pound on you. All of a sudden, they'll hit some sort of a really spectacular kick, and that's maybe a throw over the top as they did on that last play. So be aware of that. They're an offense that moves methodically, but they move efficiently.
McCardle in, Henry out, and they're going to have a hard time getting this play off. The back judge has the hand up to show that we're under the 5 count right now, and let's see if they can snap it in time. 3, 2, they snap it just in time, and the handoff off the left side, appearing to the right a little bit, and they'll get up to the 42-yard line. So McCardle a short gain on the play. It's going to set up third down.
Yeah, kind of a weird little drive here, right? Third down. You had 2 plays where you kind of got stuffed, and it was a lot of imagination after that first one, but now this one, you kind of put yourself on the chains.
I wonder if that's a stinger from McCardle as he checks out of the contest, kind of holding that left shoulder a little bit. So third down, the ball resting just outside the 39-yard line. They need about a half dozen to move the sticks again. Check that, move the ball to the 43-yard line, and they'll attend to McCardle right now.
Yeah, it looked like he's holding that arm up, and anytime you see that shoulder sagging, like the way he does, and kind of a grimace on his face, it looked like it might have been a little bit of a stinger.
Straight back is Gentry, quick pop. He's got that play. This time to the left side. First time to the right, this time to the left side, and a nice bit of yards after the catch on the play, and once again it goes to Bivens. And that's what they're going to have to do. Coach Fry was saying we may have to mix in the pass a little bit along with the run to keep them honest and slowly move the ball downfield.
Well, Lafayette's playing off in coverage quite a bit. You see Bivens able to just do a little hook route as he did on the right side for that first down of this drive, and do the same thing and get himself another one.
Mark it first down and 10 from the 46-yard line.
There's a snap. Inside handoff to
First man through gets it, and Braswell's going to get a short gain on the play. Maybe inside the 44-yard line, that's about it.
Yeah, I think if you're Trenton, you have to know that Lafayette knows you're going to run the football. They got the box stacked. You see safeties down there, and this is why you've seen a couple of Trenton's pass plays become successful. They're playing one-on-one coverage, playing some guys off. They don't want to get burnt deep, so when you have guys down the box, you may be forced to throw the football, something that they don't want to do, but they've had some success with it here on the second drive.
One thing the Tigers have done pretty well is block. That offensive line has gotten some great grades. And they'll see, you'll see everything out of this team, too, offensively. They can go everywhere from pretty much the wing look to a single wing. They'll go with 1 back, 2 backs. Right now they got 1 back in the backfield. Little toss down the line. And they'll get it down inside the 44 to maybe the 43-yard line.
Yeah, excellent job by Lafayette playing the edge there, really holding the edge of the point of attack. Try to run a little option there, not as successful. And like I said, they're keen on this run game. You see number 5 right there, able to come up for Lafayette. That's Ty Donaway, and really make a nice tackle and get him on the ground.
So they're going to mark the knee down at the 44-yard line. It'll be third down and long from there. Need just about 8 now to move the sticks, and they're going to go 2 wide to the bottom. This is one thing that slows them down a little bit, looking at the sidelines, checking the signals and the placards. And again, you have to be very careful. Of course, we saw Eastside running the quarterback all the way to the sidelines every week, and Nelson Tambling trying to get back just in time to run the play.
I agree with this, but sometimes it slows the offense down, and prefer what Lafayette's doing with the no-huddle stuff, but that sometimes requires, oh, boy.
Pattern is picked off. Look out. Down the sidelines they go. Across midfield, and still motoring down there is Parker Hill, and Hill is going to take it the distance for a touchdown. Well, just like the other drive for the Tigers, they are moving the football,
just
then the miscue, the turnover.
And talking
we come
into
back
this
the other way, and just like that, 6
button.
more on the board.
Watch this. He stared this ball down. Hill able to get a nice jump on it. Undercut it and really took it to the house. Nice job of returning this and dodging one guy, getting into the end zone for the second miscue, and really big points off that turnover.
See if you go for 1 or 2 here with 19 on the board. And watch this cutback coming up right there. He almost got tackled by his teammate, and that was about it. I mean, with that little cutback, he was able to go ahead and veer into the end zone. Another Radiant Credit Union touchdown. And they will go for two.
Lafayette is just turning it on right now, doing it on the offensive and defensive side of the ball.
Is that right? There's a snap.
And on the keeper by Williamson around the left-hand side, and he will outrun everybody and scoot into the end zone for the two-point conversion, make it 21-0 now.
Well, that was easy. It's not like, listen, I think Trenton has done a really good job of moving the football. We've seen that on both of their two drives, but they've ended up in turnovers. You've basically given Lafayette 15 points off of turnovers. You can't do that, not against a team like this that's this good.
So we'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll find out what happens when Trenton gets the football back. Down by 21 in the first quarter. This is Friday Night Rivals right here on My 11. Welcome back. That team has got to be happy. The Hornets have been able to sting rapidly and effectively in this contest. Couple of turnovers, and Marcus Edwards almost walks into the camera there. He's got to be a happy man looking for that 39th victory at his alma mater as the head coach, and what a job his team has done. Just they're playing in such a speed right now that it's hard for Trenton to keep up.
Randy, we're still in the first quarter.
Yeah.
It's 21-0. We're still in the first quarter. Like, what did we expect? Obviously we expected, Trenton to come out and throw some punches here themselves, but they've been on the receiving end on all of them, right? Lafayette really doing a good job on their first two drives, and then accentuating it with that pick six there on that last drive. So if you're Trenton, you can't just give up points, right? I think you can move the football. I think you can go head-to-head with this team, but you give up points, you put yourself in a really bad position.
Another Sky Frog tree service kickoff, and again, a bobble on the kick return, and that will yield a net return of 1 yard. So they'll have the ball just inside the 30-yard line to start their third possession. The key here is you want to end this possession with some kind of a kick and not the turnovers they've done the last two times.
Well, you prefer a kick, meaning through the uprights or in the end zone, right, for an extra point. Because at this point, it's like you're in a spot to where you need to score, right? Generally, when you're still in the first quarter, you're down 3 scores. Okay, you still got time, but listen, this Lafayette offense is one of the best we've seen performance-wise all year, Randy. They've really lit up the scoreboard, and they got some playmakers at every side of this on this football team. So if you're Trenton, it's touchdowns or bust. There's no more turning the ball over. There's no more punting this ball away.
And you wonder about Tywan Williamson, too. He's not getting a whole lot of looks from the colleges right now. But, here's a guy maybe too short as a college quarterback, but he's an athlete. You can plug him in somewhere, and he'll make it happen.
Let me tell you something. There's going to be somebody that takes a flyer on this young man, and they're going to be talking about him a couple years from now saying, whoa, how did he fly under the radar? I can tell you how. You can watch this game tonight and figure it out.
Here's a good guy at quarterback, too. And Gentry looking long downfield, and pass is incomplete. Well, they're trying to stretch that field and stretch that defense up.
Yeah, they are. They're trying to go deep a little bit, and it makes sense, right? They've done a good job, Lafayette, of bringing guys up in the tackles and stopping what Trenton likes to do, which is run the football. You're going to have to take some shots, right? You've had a couple of successful pass plays that we saw here in the first quarter, but unfortunately they've been marred by turnovers.
Jack Stewart, the defensive back, limping off the field for the Hornets on the far side. We'll check on his status in a little bit. So now it's going to be a second down and 10. Bivens, who's got a couple catches already, goes way wide at the top and one wide at the bottom now.
There's a snap.
And they'll keep it on the ground on the second down play.
There to Henry.
And Alec Henry will get it up to around the 31-yard line.
After about a 2-yard gain.
So now it's going to set up a third down and long, crucial here for the Tigers to keep this drive alive. They're wearing the colors, the throwback colors, if you will, from the jerseys back in 13 and 15 when they won state championships.
Yeah, when they had a really good football team. It's sometimes good to bring that magic back out, right? But not exactly how you want to start here tonight, right? Let's hope that magic kicks in here as they head into the second quarter.
They're going to honor those teams at halftime, by the way. And Andrew Thomas, who was the head coach back then, is actually here as well, too, tonight. He's now the coordinator with Baker. Third down. We need about 7. Toss sweep far side. And we've got whistles, and we'll stop this one here now. So it's going to be 4th down and long, 4th and about 10. So the defense there, I mean, you try to pinch sometimes the inside, Shannon, sometimes you try to get them to bounce outside. It doesn't seem to matter to this Hornet defense. They can catch you if you pinch inside, and if you try to go wide, they can get to the corner before you do.
What you've seen it here tonight is that sometimes it's about pinching inside, Randy, but also running to the ball, right? Playing inside out. You hear that a lot from a lot of defense that play to run inside out, because the defender is always going to be that sideline going to be an extra defender and extra help try to run somebody out try to run somebody out of bounds. That's exactly what happened there tonight.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
And he can't get it off. Lost the ball. And either way, it's going to go back now to the Hornets.
What is going on with Trenton? You got to think, like, even just to punt that ball away, you basically have conceded points to Lafayette if they did what they did in the first 3 drives of this game. You're going to watch here.
Reese Olson.
Was he going to, like, kind of rugby kick that, or was he trying to throw it?
That was the intent there, but the pressure got there, and there were 2 guys waiting for him, and the wrap-up was made on the play by big number 13, Kate Brannon.
Whew, man, you can't go down 4 scores to Lafayette at the onset of this game and expect to win, Randy. That's got to be real here.
Already inside the Column Mattress red zone. Feels so hot they build a fire station across the street. Here's your offense for the Hornets. Have to do it now because they'll be off the field, and it seems like in a couple of plays. Williamson rolling.
Look at this.
There looked to be no seam, nothing left on the outside, and still able to turn the corner and get a nice gainer.
Look how smooth that was. Like, it was like, hey, he's running, all right, they're going to run him out of bounds, but just like in an instant, he hits like a second gear and turns it up that right sideline. It's not really fair.
Those are the players you watch, the guys that can glide at a more rapid speed. And again, there's the offense again that you see for the squad. Parker Hill has made his presence known on offense and defense. Same for Trevor Bird as well, too. And Williamson, of course, playing in the secondary. So when you get to the rural division, you pretty much have to play both ways.
Yeah, you do.
2nd down and short. Less than 2. In the waning moments of quarter number 1. It's time with 2 backs in the backfield. And Williamson's going to dump and throw, and we got a flag on the play at the 5-yard line, so we'll see if it stands. I think we have ineligible downfield.
Yeah, they do. I mean, if you're Lafayette, right, you're gonna have to clean up the penalties. I mean, you've basically had 2 touchdowns called back, Randy. So this game could have easily been 28-0, maybe a little bit more. But you got to do a better job if you're Lafayette with these penalties because it's calling back.
And there's the defense for Trenton in this contest. The guys up front, Trent Patterson, a guy that's our scholar athlete as well, too. And you see that Henry's a guy that plays both ways as well, too. Bivens as well. We'll have 1 untimed down to end the first quarter. 2nd down and a half dozen. And a late toss, and
good gracious.
Townsend is going to walk into the end zone for a touchdown.
I don't know, Randy. Wow. Weil is probably right. Listen, you're watching this broadcast. Trenton is a pretty good football team, but that just probably goes to show you how good Lafayette is and what they're doing and how their offense is sometimes unguardable, especially when they get on a roll as they are here tonight.
So Alex will take it in, and he's a busy man because after using his arms and legs, now they want his toe for the extra point to make it 28-0. They're 1 guy short on the line. I think they need a wing on the left.
Does it really matter? I mean, they could run 9 guys and probably get into the end zone here.
In the words of Spinal Tap, ours go up to 11, so you need 11 out there. Extra point is up, and it is good, and that will end the first quarter. What some icing on the cake that was at 28-0 after 1 quarter of play, and I'm not sure if you're the Hornets, you can play any better as you kind of look at what has happened so far. Bird took it in for the first touchdown, then Williamson looking. It's got Osteen across the middle for score number 2. Then it's Parker Hill on defense. Comes up with the pick and takes the ball back some 59 yards for the touchdown. And then just moments ago, Townsend took it in for the last touchdown, added the extra point, and that's the way we end the first quarter, 28-0. Thanks to Parks Motor Group for that scoring summary of the first 12 minutes of action. We'll take a break. Quarter number 2 just around the corner. Week number 8 of Friday Night Rivals right here on My 11. Fans during the fourth quarter of tonight's game will be highlighting the school bus stop of the game. The law in every state requires drivers to always stop for school bus when the stop arm is out and the red lights are flashing. Looks like Shannon's old bus there, right?
The big yellow cheese, as my dad used to call it. They're coming down the road. I used to love those buses too. Right? And you get up. I used to be the safety patrol. You know?
Oh, really? Yeah.
I was a safety patrol. I took pride in that. Right?
Time for another Sky Frog kickoff. Every time I think of a school bus, I think of the Partridge Family now. Susan Day.
You are aging yourself here.
Thank you. I woke up in love this morning, and that kick is going to split the two deep man and not go into the end zone. Free ball at the 2-yard line. Oh, my goodness. And they've got an opening to the far side of the field. Look at this, across the 25 to the 30, maybe the 33. Let's see if they can make something out of nothing this time with this next drive.
All right. Now this feels a little bit better. Like, all right, you got that nasty first quarter taste out of your mouth after what happens, and you see number 7 right there. Alexander Henry said, "Okay, let's time to turn back on. Let's get this thing rolling." And they need to, Randy, because of what we saw in that first quarter was not Trenton. That's not Trenton football, right? You're talking about on the night that that this team is celebrating a team 10 years ago from winning the state title to what we see here tonight. Not exactly exemplary of what we've seen in the past from this team.
This is a team that beat Bell by a count of 26-7. Dixie County 48-0. And so Christian 21-20, and Jefferson County 28-8. Lost to Chiefland 41-0. Beat Oak Hall 42-26. They had 45 carries, by the way, in that game. 461 yards rushing. And last week lost to Brantford 30-13. So first down and 10. Mark the ball just across the 30 and around the 32-yard line. And the handoff goes to the first man through. Short game of the play, maybe one. And that'll be it on the carry. That time it's Braswell.
Yeah, Braswell and Ryland Wine able to kind of come down and shut that down as well. It's just, they're playing really good assignment football. And maybe you have to start thinking outside the box if you're Trenton. Maybe run a reverse. Do something to be able to get outside. That your normal offense has been figured out. They're playing chess and they keep making the right moves. So if you're Trenton, you got to figure something else out to maybe even flip this field and especially not turn the ball over.
That's normally good if they over-pursue. The problem is not only can they over-pursue, but they have better team speed than Trenton. So it's kind of a lose-lose proposition almost, but we'll see what they can do. They're going to call it almost nothing on the gain there, about 2 yards, and then push back to the line of scrimmage. So we'll call it second down and 10 from there. So no forward progress. And again, that time of around 3 off the right-hand side. It's going to set up a third down and 7. Is once again Braswell on carry.
Yes, we've seen this a lot tonight. Third and, second and 8, third and 7, third and long. Hasn't really given themselves the opportunity, except for maybe on the first drive of the game when they were moving the ball quite a bit before the turnover, to really get themselves in a really good spot for their offense to operate and be in the comfortable situation that they're normally in.
Well, Bivens has been effective as a wideout here. He's going to go to the bottom of the screen, but he is flanked by a guy even further to the outside as they go too wide to that side. Let's see if they try to spit out somebody like Henry. Odd third down. And the quick pop and the pass incomplete.
Let's give some credit to Alex Townsend, right? We've seen that pass 3 times already, and sure enough, Townsend undercut that. If that ball's on schedule, right on target, that's a pick 6. You see Townsend steps right in the middle of it. If he even jumps on that just a little bit more, he's picking that ball off. He's taking that to the house.
Also, Ryland Wine got a paw up there too, so it's going to be a punting situation again now. And Bivens standing back at the 20-yard line. There's the kick. It's a line drive affair. We've got whistles on the field before the kick. We're going to have a false start called on the offense, and we'll have to do it again. That was a rapid punt, too. You notice that? Didn't care about the trajectory, just wanted to get the ball off.
Do you blame them? I think they've spent a total of maybe 2 or 3 minutes in the opposite end of near their end zone because they've turned the ball over, or they've lost the punt, or had a miscue. So they want to get the ball off, let their defense play, but they haven't really done anything to slow down the Lafayette offense.
There's Darian Blue, your referee. Do not mess with that man. He ran death row in the state of Florida. There is a high booming kick this time. It's going to travel inside the 35-yard line and exit stage right around the 32-yard line. So couple of minutes into the second quarter, and the Hornets will get the ball back again, and we'll see what happens here. Already up by 4 scores. We'll take a break. This is week number 8. The Hornets on top of the Tigers, 28-0 here on My 11. Welcome back to Trenton Middle High School. Good crowd here tonight for this contest in week number 8. I'm Randy Reinhardt filling in for Jeff Cardozo along with Shannon Snell. Darlene Acuna is down along the sideline. She'll talk to a special guest here in just a moment as well, too. All right, if you're Trent right now, you have got to buckle down defensively, do you not?
Yeah, I don't know really what to do. I mean, what to tell them to do, because you know, you could figure out, hey, maybe Lafayette gets more penalties. Maybe that's a way, but they haven't been able to slow them tonight.
We'll go down to the sidelines right now. Darlene Acuna standing by with a special guest.
Tell me when we're live. We live? Hi, I'm out here on the sideline with Coach Andy Thomas, winning coach. We're celebrating 10 years, 12 years.
Yep. 2013 and 2015 state championship teams that we had here, and got a few of the ex-players back and coaches and stuff, so they're honoring our 10-year 2015 team tonight, but the 13 team didn't get recognized a few years ago, so we got some of those guys too, so just a good night to kind of reminisce, and be the first time I've been back here since I was a head coach in 15, so it's having a good time tonight. Yeah.
You got any advice for the coaches here now?
Nah. I'm a coach too. I'm in my open week right now, so I'm just enjoying being a spectator and let them get criticized from the bleachers, and I don't have to worry about it tonight. So, nah.
Well, it must be really nice to be back here, huh?
It is. It brings back a lot of memories. We had a special 5-year run that I was here, and you know, it's great to be back. Great people in this community. The kids, it's great to see some of the kids I haven't seen in quite a few years, and you know, we're just having a good evening.
The Trenton team is great. I'm so glad to see you guys back this season, and it was wonderful to talk with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Go Tigers. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Williamson with a nice gainer, then Bird follows, and with that they're across midfield now and down to the 44-yard line of Trenton, facing a 2nd down and 6 from there.
Yeah, these guys are like wash, rinse, and repeat. Their offense is still clicking, right? Even their worst plays are getting 2, 3, 4 yards a pop. So hard to slow down this offense, which is going so good.
Way wide to the bottom, and Williamson gets away. Nearly loses his shoulder pad. Goes to the far side. He's got the 30, the 25, all the way down inside the 23-yard line. Talk about Houdini. We saw it right there in the person of Tywan Williamson.
Listen, Randy, if I'm Trenton and this is a video game, I'm hitting the reset button. I'm actually cutting the game off and going to watch something else, because this has got to be somewhat of a nightmare. Like, you got him there. You see, able to get his arms wrapped around him right there. You see,
Bond.
Yeah. You see, for number 56, Bond had his arms around him, had a nice grip on him. But this is what great athletes can do. They can break tackles and make big plays happen. And this is why we highlighted this kid, Randy, because of the things he does and the player he is.
Listed at 5'10", and maybe that's generous, and 160 pounds, but the kid can play. Wants to throw. One-on-one.
Catch that?
Corner of the end zone, and he comes over the ball. Is he in? Yes, touchdown. Wow. Score it. Another 6 on the board, and count it as it goes to Tucker Higginbotham.
Well, sometimes, you can't miss. And you throw up, you say, hey, I'm just experimenting with my offense. Able to get 1 foot down. You see it right there. Just threw a nice little dart right to the corner. Just a ball that was able to be placed right in the right spot. The receiver got to it, and sure enough, not a lot you can do right there.
Townsend with the extra point, and it's blocked again. So we'll stay at 34-0. Just under 9 minutes left to go here in the first half. We'll take a break, and let's see what the Tigers can do if they get their growl back here in the second quarter on My 11.
Oh, it should be.
Stay tuned for the Pavlov halftime report. We'll have this week's Park Motor Group of Gainesville Scholar Athletes, Parks Motor Group, local roots, community pride, legendary rides, and we'll also talk with tonight's participating school administrators, plus Thursday Night Lights and Friday Night Rivals highlights from across the country, all coming up on the Pavlov Media Halftime Report. Pavlov, the fastest and most reliable fiber internet in Gainesville. 34-0, and we've seen two things. An incredible offensive display right before the Skyfrog kickoff, and also yet another hair reference by Shannon Snell, who, for a guy that doesn't have any, sure talks about hair a lot.
I do, because I wish I had some. Right? We're watching the doors get blown off here tonight. You got to talk about something.
Right? Have some fun. No, I like your locks. I grew up when I have hair like you. Across the 25-30. Look at this return. Nice gap. And a good weave that time, and a nice return on that play by Alex Henry. So Henry with a nice return and sets up his team in good field position. So if you're looking for a rainbow here, I think you may have found it for the Tigers. Let's see what they can do.
Rainbow, silver lining, cherry in the sky, whatever you want to call it. You know, come on, Trenton. You got to get up and go, right? We've seen nothing but just offensive explosion by Lafayette's football team here in the first half, and haven't really gotten to see the best of what we've seen out of Trenton here most of the season, you know. And that's unfortunate because this team from Lafayette is good on both sides of the ball, right? They play good offense, daggone well team. They're also a pretty good defensive team. So if you're Trenton, let's see what you can do. Let's see what you can pull out of the hat and see if you can open up some scoring prowess.
Jackson Gentry out there to run the offense from the 46-yard line. Just over 3 minutes in the second quarter. A keeper this time. He's got the corner, and nice run that time by Gentry. We'll get it inside the 45 of the Hornets. Down to around the 43, and he's got enough for a first down. But wait, at the end of the play, we had a flag just tossed in the air by the linesman along the far side of the field.
Yeah, something that happened away from the play. Nothing to do with the play at all, and just, you know, don't know who this is against. Maybe it's offsetting, but, you know, don't need nothing for that, especially when it's a 34-0 game. There's nothing to be gloating about. There's nothing to be if you're either side of the team.
Unsportsmanlike is the call against the Hornets. So 15 more for Trenton. Talking about that officiating crew, mentioned Darian Blue, who you see on your screen, used to run death row. Umpire Chuck Corbett, 20 years as a football official, more than that now, in fact. He's been an official for 10 different sports. And you can throw in now dodgeball as well, too. The linesman who tossed the flag is Jeff Black, works for the prison system. Line judge is George Green Jr., retired law enforcement person, and now an instructor at Union County High School running the criminal justice program. And the back judge is Vernon Lee, who worked for the, Department of Corrections.
And
not mess with this crew.
You know, this season we've had a lot of Department of Corrections crew. I wouldn't want to come across them on the street or anything.
Well, they always ask if you're going to be here, so that's why we have those crews.
That's why we show up late, Randy.
That's right.
Is he doing your hair, right? The 29-yard line. First down. First man through gets a handoff, and Braswell back his way inside the 25 to the 24. Thank you for letting me kid you, because we need all the filler we can get tonight, buddy.
We do. I mean, and the filler is, you know, after we got through talking about how great, you know, Lafayette's offense was, I mean, this is where we are. And, you know, we're watching some movement out of Trenton now, which is good, right? They still got a whole, you know, 2+ quarters of football left to play, and you need to shrink the score, right? It's never over till it's over. So let's be real, right? But this is how it first starts. You got to get some points on the board and then try to figure out a way to slow down that offense for Lafayette.
So they've got the ball inside the 25 to the 24-yard line. It'll be second down and 7. Backs from an eye this time. Gentry looking at that slant pattern. And the pass is caught, so it's a nice gainer that time. Move the sticks as it's complete on the play to Brent Bivens. So this shout out to Tucker Chiropractic, using the activator instrument so you don't twist and crack your back.
Yeah, and that was in the back cracker right there, because they threw that right down in the dirt and able to go down and get it. A nice play right there. Nice play by Bivens to be able to go down and get this. Been the most reliable receiver tonight. Let's see if they can punch this in and drop the score down to manageable.
That's his 4th catch so far in this first half. Backs from an eye again on this first down play. It's Braswell. And off the right-hand side, short gain on the play as we're inside the Column Mattress red zone.
Yeah, I think this goes without saying, Randy, that this is going to be 4-down territory. You're not playing for a field goal, right? You're not trying to, you know, get the goose egg off the board. You're trying to score. These guys really, they want to be competitive in this football game. And this is what we talked about. The first way to do it is to try to get the ball in the end zone there.
So they've been able to mix the run and the pass. And the pass play that's worked the best, obviously, is the quick slant across the middle.
A quick slant and the little quick comebacks, the little quick curls right around the middle. So definitely expect to see that down here by the goal line once or twice.
Yeah, don't look for the out pattern here, I don't think. Second down and a half dozen. And the ball is free, and I'm not sure if Braswell was supposed to get that or not.
Oh, they got it back. Wow.
Get it? Yes, they did.
Oh, my God.
Recovery made on the play by the Hornets in the person of big number 50 on your screen there, and that is Zamarian Hawkins.
What is going on? Like, that's 3 turnovers in the first half. Not only 3 turnovers, I mean, they've been in like really terrible positions. If you're Trenton, you've basically given 28 points to the opposition.
Well, during the fourth quarter of tonight's game, we'll be selecting the IBEW Local 1205's Player of the Game, the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local Union 1205, powering a brighter future. And their support this season has been tremendous.
Oh, yeah.
We appreciate all that they do. And, you know, if you're a young person looking for that next option in life, you know, college maybe isn't the answer for everybody, and maybe you can combine the two, in fact, as well, too. So check out the IBEW. We'll have more on that at halftime.
Yeah, thank you to them for being such a huge supporter this season, what they do in supporting high school football in North Central Florida. We appreciate you. These young men appreciate you, and, yeah, definitely thank you for your support. So
we have rainbow-colored batons being twirled along the far side there, beyond the fence.
Did you let them borrow yours?
Well, you know, I did. That's one of my hair ribbons. Don't be a hater.
Yeah, well, I don't have hair, so I got to be a hater.
Let's take a look one more time. On the exchange, I think Braswell was supposed to get it, right?
Yeah, he was supposed to get it, and it's just a miscue. It wasn't a big hit. It wasn't, you know, something, a great play on defense. It was just a miscue on offense, and those are the ones that you hate, right? You can understand the first turnover of the game because he took a hit and fumbled the ball, right? The second one, a pick six, those happen. You know, the defense makes good plays too. But in certain cases of when you just drop the football, like you could even do that against air, where the coach gets all upset and says, hey, we can't do that in the game. That's the prime reason why, because you give it back to a team that's already up 34-0.
Williamson and company on a first down play.
Jeez.
Looking across the middle, and pass incomplete. Intended downfield for Lane Osteen, who's already got a touchdown catch.
Listen, he almost took the doors off right there. I mean, Osteen, he brings that down a little bit, and that's probably the first, I don't know, miscue that we've seen by Williamson tonight, but if he brings that down a little bit, Osteen's hitting his head on the goalpost. Like, nobody's touching him. That's going to be a big touchdown, so, you know.
Marcus Edwards told me the number one goal each week is to be the more physical team. Have they gotten an A in that category yet? I would say so.
I think so. Look, right there, just he basically splits the corner and the safety right there. And I mean, now it was a penalty. Looks like it was a legal man downfield, and that's the only thing you have to say if you're Lafayette. What you need to work on is that you've had 3 or 4 penalties that have really affected your field position here tonight.
And it was declined. So we'll set up a second down and 10 from just past the 13-yard line. Williamson's going to hand it off. Big gap off the left-hand side. Nice move to the outside, and look out. Here comes Bird flying high across the 35 out to the 40-yard line.
I mean, just the smoothness behind these guys, what we've seen from Bird, and we probably haven't talked about him enough. What he's done offensively and defensively. Like, Bird's a really good football player on both sides of the ball.
It's another GFL first down. The one thing that Marcus Edwards says about him, when you come to him, he will hit you. You're going backwards. He's not. And that's the perfect example right there. The contact was there, and he worked through the contact.
Deliver contact, deliver punishment. Every running back's taught that. Hit them before they hit you, and sure enough, that's what Bird did right there.
From the 43, first down, Williamson dancing. Looking downfield. Look at the arms. Got a man wide open. He's got him in stride. What a perfect pass to Lane Osteen.
Gosh.
That is on the run, going to the right, taking a step back, and then finding the man and leading him perfectly.
Listen, if you think we're just, blowing this kid up or whatever, and think we're just, no. I want you to go outside, find yourself a target and try to do this. Run maybe about 10 yards to the right and try to throw a pass and hit it right on the money.
Wow.
Try to do it. He's done that all night tonight. That's not the first time. And Lane Osteen has been a big target for him. That's just been a crazy combo, but this is an impressive offense, Randy.
down to the 23-yard line. 1st and 10. Hand off and short gain that time by Alex Townsend. So it'll be 2nd down as clock dwindles down here in quarter number 2. Just a reminder, it is time now to raise the roof with Mission Metals. Mission Metals, your trusted hometown metal roofing and metal building supplier. All right here on Friday Night Rivals.
Big stand here if you're Trenton. I mean, it would go a long way to keep this under the 40, the proverbial 40 burger before going into halftime. It would be something if you could force a turnover, force a turnover on down, something to be able to give your defense a little bit of confidence.
2nd down, they picked up 1. That's Bird in motion. He skips to the left. Williamson, student body left. Pressure on. Can he turn the corner? Doesn't matter. It's going to come back, I think, with a hold. Flag resting back around the 33-yard line.
Yeah, that's going to come back. Obviously, a little hold on the edge right there. Looks like that was on number 15, Rylan Wine. Trying to seal that edge, trying to kick out right there, and got caught with his hands on the outside.
Marion Bird looking to see it during Blue Rounder to see if they want to accept the penalty. I would think that they would with just under 5 minutes left to go in the first half. Take a look one more time.
You're going to see 15 right there. And, let go right there. I think, once he had that extra right there, the ref might have got him. But initially it was fine.
You never held, did you?
Oh, no. There's no video out there about it. That might have happened. That might have happened.
I happen to have some on my phone. No, just kidding.
Oh, man. Did you talk to my brother?
2nd down. Williamson looking, dumping, has a man wide open inside the 25-yard line. All the way to the sidelines. Did we get into the end zone and hit the pylon? There's a flag at the end of the play as that catch was made that time by Higginbotham, who already has a touchdown in this contest.
Well, you're going to get an unsportsmanlike conduct here. Number 15, once again, that was Rylan Wine. He blocked the dude all the way out of bounds and basically kicked him out the stadium, threw him into the fence over there. You can't do that. Once the guy's out of bounds, they've made specific rules in both high school, college, and pro football to where you can't block somebody out of bounds like that.
So Mr. Blue coming our way saying personal foul, unsportsmanlike conduct. It's 15 yards from the infraction.
It's not necessary. I mean, I appreciate the fact that you're blocking, and you're going to see it right here. See 15 right out front. You coming up here, and you got a guy, he's out of bounds. Let it go. Let him go. Something about trying to, bully the situation when you're up so many points, but that cost you points. That was, silly. Your team should have been at the 2-yard line going in for another score, and all of a sudden you're back towards, 40-yard line.
Trying to figure out where everybody's going. It's a dead ball foul.
I figured it's at the spot of the foul, right?
It should go from the 1 to the 16.
Yeah,
the teams are back near midfield. It's not a 42-yard penalty, guys. Come back this way.
You think Lafayette was just wanting to challenge here? Or,
I don't know. My concern was they were near the FNR tent down there, and you do not hit the Friday Night Rivals tent because Darlena will clothesline you.
Yeah, she will. But, hey, Randy, you're safe up here with me, so you don't have to worry about them hurting you this week.
Well, that's true. I thought I was going to be down there till 5 minutes beforehand.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, Christmas came early for somebody. All right, the ball back at the 16-yard line. What do you have to do now?
Well, I mean, if you're Lafayette, just score. I mean, do what you've been doing, right? But if you're Trenton, you got a little bit of a reprieve. You got some free yards here, as Lafayette has been pretty generous with here tonight with their penalties. Figure out a way to stop these guys. Figure out a way to force a turnover. We'll go a long, long way here as we head towards the end of the second quarter.
They've been living in the Column Mattress red zone. No sleeping on this team. And there's the slant. The pass is low and incomplete. Had a man open. And one of the few passes that was underthrown on that particular play. It'll fall incomplete.
Yeah, so, here's where we are. First pass that's been somewhat a little bit errant. Kind of dirt ball right there. Got to get that up. But other than that, offense has been pretty proficient tonight, and expect to see a little bit more out of number 9 throwing that ball in the air here in this end zone.
Yeah, Higginbotham lost his balance a little bit sliding beyond the ball. Might have been able to adjust that a little bit if he kept his feet. Misdirection in the backfield, but a dump underneath's got a man, and that is Bird. And Bird, again, losing his balance, falls forward inside the 7-yard line.
Yeah, he keeps his feet there, and that's a touchdown there himself. I mean, nice little play right there. Bird able to come underneath from the tight end position and roll with Williamson to the left there. Should have had a touchdown. Actually was blocking. Caught the ball out in the flat and should have got up in the end zone.
So it'll be 3rd down with the ball resting at the 6-yard line. Third and goal from the 6. Vital stats on Trevor Bird. We mentioned the fact that he's a guy that's pretty physical, and they loved his play on both sides of the football.
Well, I love watching it. I mean, he's been really, really good here tonight.
Williamson goes left and right and darts to his left again and is stood up near the 2-yard line. So it'll be 4th down and goal here. I assume you're going to go ahead and go for it here on this 4th down play?
I mean, why not? I mean, I don't think 3 points does you any good here, right? I think you're already up, 5 scores.
Well, the one thing you want to do here is, if you want to shorten this contest for the second half, get one more score, because if that's the scenario for the Hornets, it'll be a continuous clock in the second half. So 4th down and goal inside the 2-yard line, closer to the 1. Braden Lambert and company. Lambert with a snap. Williamson, student body left.
There's touchdown.
And glides into the end zone for the touchdown. So with all the scoring going on, is that his first touchdown?
I
think it is.
Yeah, I think it is. I think he's thrown for a touchdown, maybe a couple of them here tonight. But that's his first rushing touchdown.
He'll take it in for the score and make it 40-0 right now. And now I think you just try one. You don't have to worry about that 42 magic number. And one thing they have to work on a little bit maybe is their extra point team.
Yeah, I mean, that and the penalties. And
again, no elevation on the kick.
I mean, I think that's going to matter as you get down the road, right? They have to address the fact that they're going to need an extra point, a field goal. They're going to need something from them on there, so we'll see.
So 40-0 the tally in this one late in the first half. We're setting the scene for you. Lafayette came in with a mark of 6-1 on the season, 4-1 in district play, and this is a team that is doing very well. And Trenton came in at 5-2.
Yeah, 5-2, and we're going to watch here again. Just not a lot of height on this kick. We've seen a couple good ones from, but, that one was just kicked right into the back of his offensive line, and not a really great kick. But, needless to say, number 20, Alec Townsend, has had a really good night tonight, minus kicks.
And again, stay tuned for the Pavlov Media Halftime Report. We'll have this week's Parks Motor Group of Gainesville Scholar Athletes and Parks Motor Group, local roots, community pride, legendary rides. And we'll also talk with tonight's participating school administrators, plus Thursday night lights and Friday night rivals from across the country. Some of those highlights, I watched those already. You got to stick around for those. Those are fun. All that coming up. Pavlov Media Halftime Report, the fastest and most reliable fiber internet in Gainesville. There's a kick return up across the 25. Billings with a nice move. Jukes to the outside, and Do down at the 41.
Well, I guess what you could do is just, once again, try to, try to get some points on the board here. It's 40-0. You got nothing to lose. Start whipping out some stuff. I mean, your normal offensive running the football hasn't really worked tonight. You turned the ball over 3 times in the half. And Lafayette's converted all those turnovers into touchdowns. So, stop turning the ball over, A, simple, and B, run your offense. Run your offense like you've been doing all season.
The ladies with moments of glory there along the sidelines there, getting a chance to wave to mom and dad. And on the field, a chance for glory here. One last time in this first half maybe for the Tigers. They got the helmets now with the 2 T's on it and the paw. They used to have one or the other, and they've kind of combined that all to make it look pretty stellar, I think.
Yeah, good-looking uniform, isn't it?
It is. They had the helmet with the paw back in the 80s when Coach Fry was playing. And nothing inside, but then the bounce off of that. And a good job by Braswell to find the seam and pick up about 7. But again, they held the helmet back a little bit, and they had the paws back in the 80s. And then they added the double T over a decade ago, and now they brought back the paw and the double T. So you got all that going on along the side of the helmet.
Yeah, it seems pretty busy helmet, you know what I'm saying? But I love it. I love the design. It gets guys, listen, I was hyped up for, a cool helmet or a new uniform or something that you've never wore before. So these guys are the same way, even though performance-wise, it could be better here tonight for them.
Did you always have the same number all the way through?
No, it changed up. In high school, yes. It changed from high school to college to pro.
Right.
And you wanted to keep it, but sometimes it didn't matter as much as you kind of went along.
Nice bounce off that time by Alex Henry. He's got the first down. So in high school, you were what number?
High school, I was number 75.
And then
I'm sorry. High school, I was number 71.
Okay, and then from there?
College, I was number 75. Pro, I was number 64. 64.
And you have held first down. Nice bounce off this time by Alex Henry. Good spin move.
Yeah, nice little spin move. They're moving the ball now. I mean, you could feel that. You could feel a little bit of momentum coming from them. They haven't given up. Right, it's kind of a running clock right now. So it's just, this is where we stand.
Have we had a timeout in the first half? I don't think we have we?
We've had a couple water timeouts, but that's about it. I think this first half has kind of flown by.
Oh, those media people. And another quarterback out there, if you've noticed. And on the carry that time, it is Wyatt Yarborough, the quarterback. So Wyatt, 6 feet, 141, and a sophomore getting some time at quarterback.
Yeah, it's probably good to get another look and see what Yarborough can do and see if he can provide a little bit of a spark. Sometimes with quarterbacks, when you change them out like this, one provides something that the other doesn't. It's a rare case where we talk about how good Tywan Williamson is. He can run and throw, but sometimes you have a running quarterback. Sometimes you have a guy that can throw a little bit better. Right now, and Yarborough throws it around a little bit better, right? Even though you saw him run right there, but maybe he can provide a little bit of a spark, get some points on the board.
Good size, too. You got to think as a sophomore, he's going to grow some at 6 feet already, and he'll add some weight to that frame right now, which sits at 141 pounds. My coach would say, great job, tucking the shirt. On the second down play. Quick pop, pass is complete down to the 40-yard line. Nice gain on that play. So Bivens with his 5th catch of this first half, and he has been a steady Eddie on offense.
Yeah, he's been a bright spot here for Trenton here in the first half. Just needs to get a lot of his teammates going with him. Get them all going in the same direction, making some plays.
I wonder if they're going to take a timeout for at least one more shot, and they do take a timeout with just over 10 seconds left to go in this first half. And there's Mr. Bivens coming to the sidelines. We mentioned, 5 catches. He's 6 feet, 185, and he will be back next season as well, too. And boy, that spark just kind of left this team in the first couple of minutes of the first quarter, didn't it?
It did. I mean, as soon as, they got to see Lafayette and how they operated and what happened, and, it just went south pretty quickly. So that's unfortunate, but, here we are.
And they have a legendary coach, too, now in Bryant Fry, first year as the head football coach. Got the job back in January. He's been a Trenton assistant in the past. Led the girls basketball team to a state championship in 2019. Was also, as I mentioned, an assistant football coach back in the 90s, and also was the JV coach in the past. So he knows how to create a winner, and he's trying to do that here on the gridiron as well, too, for Trenton, his alma mater. Third down and 3. And pressure on, ball is free. Scoop
that's
coming back the other way.
Gone.
Mercy sakes alive. Convoy inside the 20 to 10. And there it is, another touchdown here in the first half. That is Hawkins, who forced a turnover earlier in this first half, and he's got 6 more on the board.
Good gracious, this is a nightmare. Wow. The worst thing that could happen at the end of the half, is a turnover with the clock expiring, is a turnover for a touchdown, and sure enough, that's what happened.
Well, that's been the punctuation we've seen throughout this first half, is those miscues, and they've led to touchdowns as well, too. So there you go. And there's a guy that might be listed as a lineman or a linebacker, but he's got some speed, but he also had a lot of friends leading the way as well, too. So the try now with no time on the clock for the 47th point. Snap is low, bounces back. The kick is up, and it's got elevation this time, and the kick is good. So we stand now at 47-0 at halftime. And if I hear Coach Edwards complain about anything except the kick team, I'm going to be very upset.
I think he might talk about penalties too. It may be a part of it, but this was just an absolute massacre in the first half by Lafayette.
A team looking to go 7-1 on the campaign, and their head coach has to be pleased, as Darlene Cunha standing by with Coach Edwards right now.
Right down here on the field after such an exciting run. What happened?
Coach Boney had a great call on, spiked inside. Kate Brennan made a great play, knocking the ball out, and Zamari and Hawkins picked it up and put one in the end zone. It's good to see.
Great to see going into the half. You got anything planned for second half?
hopefully we can clean up some of these mistakes. I mean, a lot of penalties, just unnecessary penalties on our side. The score is what it is, but we would love to be playing better football, cleaner football right now.
That sounds really great. Thank you so much, Coach, for talking to me. Marcus Edwards, everyone.
Thank you, guys. Have a good day.
Darlena, thank you very much. What a performance in the first half by the Hornets. Up 47-0 in this one. We'll have the continuous clock when we come back in the second half. Pavlov Media halftime report just around the corner right here on My 11.
Parks Motor Group of Gainesville is proud to present the Scholar Athlete of the Week. Dane McCray of Lafayette High School has played football and basketball throughout his whole high school career. He's currently one of the captains of the 2025 varsity football team. Dane has maintained a 4.0 GPA throughout high school while balancing a demanding athletic and academic schedule. He's a dual enrollment student, earning college credits alongside his high school coursework to get a head start on his college education. Dane is an active member of both the Future Farmers of America and the Beta Club, where he participates in community service projects. In his free time, Dane is actively involved in giving back to his community through various volunteer efforts. He participates in community cleanup projects and helps his church deliver gifts and care packages to local nursing homes during the holidays. This All-Star is now entered for a $5,000 scholarship at the end of the season. Congratulations to the Parks Motor Group of Gainesville Scholar Athlete of the Week, Dane McCray.
On behalf of Parks Motor Group of Gainesville, congratulations on all of your hard work.
I just want to say thank you to all my friends, family, and coaches that helped me out throughout the years.
Out here on the sideline for the Pavlov Media halftime report, I've got Robbie Edwards from Lafayette right here with me, and you have obviously an amazing football team.
Thank you.
What about your athletics? I hear they're amazing too.
They have been amazing. Our athletics have always been good. We've always been very competitive on the field, but not just on the field. Our FBLA and our FFA teams have been super successful over the years, winning many of the state titles, and many of them going on to compete and win at the national level. And what we've done with academics is we just decided to apply that same commitment, that same level of excellence, those high expectations that we have on the football field. We want to apply those in the classroom. And I think the results speak for themselves. In the past 12 years, we've been able to come from 37th in the state to holding the #1 school district in the state for 3 out of the last 6 years. And we've been in the top 5 for the past 8 consecutive years. And we're just really trying to produce a well-rounded young man or young woman. We know that one day that their most important role is going to be a good father, a good husband, a good wife, or a good mother. And it's our job to be able to give them those skills, both academically and just life skills, so that they can do that. So that's what we're trying to do.
It sounds like you've made a really large jump. That's so impressive. Was that under you?
That was not all me. I have a lot to thank with that, our students and our staff and our administration, of course. But one of the things that we have in our community is we have parents that have really given us an unwavering support. They really support the teachers, and they put a high expectation and a high emphasis on education. And without that, this is not going to be successful. So I really appreciate the partners that we have in our parents. And, of course, our staff is just amazing. They pour their hearts into this every single day. They make sure that they're getting the absolute best out of the students all the time, and they're really the heartbeat of this whole deal.
Well, thank you so much for talking with me. Superintendent Robbie Edwards from Lafayette. We are going to head to a break right now. We'll be back with more of your Pavlov Media halftime report coming right up.
Parks Motor Group of Gainesville is proud to present the Scholar Athlete of the Week. Trent Patterson has been a member of the Trenton Middle High School varsity football team for the past 3 years. He was previously a member of the weightlifting team for 2 years and the varsity golf team for 3 years as well. He was previously named Scholar Athlete of the Week and Hitman of the Week. He's also won the Tiger Spirit Award. With a 4.05 GPA, Trent focuses on his studies as well as his athletics. He's maintained straight A's and B's for his entire high school career. He's a member of the Future Farmers of America, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, and his school's chapter of SWAT. In his free time, Trent is an active member of the Mount Pleasant Baptist Church. Upon graduation, he plans to pursue a career in fire rescue. This All-Star is now entered for a $5,000 scholarship at the end of the season. Congratulations to the Parks Motor Group of Gainesville Scholar Athlete of the Week, Trent Patterson.
On behalf of Parks Motor Group of Gainesville, congratulations on all of your hard work.
Thank you. I want to thank my coaches and teammates and Friday Night Lights for presenting me with this award.
Hi, we are back down here at the sideline, this time with Scott Hall of Trenton. Trenton has so much more than football. So glad you have football this year. That was quite a thing, right?
Yes. No. We are, coming off some difficult years. Having a little difficult tonight, but we're doing much better. We got a good program. Our kids are working hard. Our coaches are working hard. And so we're proud of them.
Absolutely. And score doesn't mean much anyway. Plus, you're celebrating tonight, right?
That's right, yeah. We have our 2013, 2015 state championship teams here, and we're celebrating them tonight.
Wonderful. And what does Trenton also have to offer? I mean, you must have so much more than football.
Well, yeah, we do. We have so much more than sports. Like, we won a state championship in girls softball last year. There's been many other state championships here, but we have a great community. Well, we have great students. We have great faculty and staff. It's really a great place to be.
Well, we are so happy to be here with you, and as a token of our appreciation, IBEW Local 1205 has a check they'd like to deliver to you.
Let's give it up one more time for our state champions. And thank you, Scott, for having us out in Friday Night Rivalries. IBEW 1205 has been in the area for 85 years now, training electricians and finding solid careers. And so we're just hoping people from the community will know about us and come out and check it out and have a career in the electrical industry.
We thank you so much. It's an honor for us to accept this, and we really appreciate y'all being here tonight and glad to support y'all, and y'all support us. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. I hope you'll have us out for a career fair. I'd love to get in touch and let us know when that happens. And, just look us up at IBW1205.org and call us, ask us some questions, find out what the construction trades are about.
Look at that networking. All right, we are all set down here. We're going back up to the booth.
Bounds Heating and Air is proud to present the Teacher's Spotlight of the Week. This week's spotlight shines on Roxanne Kahn of Trenton Middle High School. Ms. Kahn has been teaching for 7 years, and all of them have been at Trenton. She teaches chemistry and physics at the high school level and middle school science as well. Ms. Kahn enjoys leading hands-on STEM projects during summer science camps, supporting academic help sessions before and after school, and assisting with the Trenton High Q Club during matches. Ms. Kahn was named Trenton's Teacher of the Year for the 2025-2026 school year. She's an AP Chemistry Certified Instructor and a Certified ACT Tutor in Math and Science. Her mission in teaching is to help students build a strong foundation in scientific thinking while developing curiosity, confidence, and perseverance. Ms. Kahn believes every student can succeed when they're supported, challenged, and inspired to think critically about the world around them. Her favorite thing about teaching is watching the light bulb moments happen when a difficult concept suddenly clicks and students start to believe in their own abilities. She says that seeing her students' growth and excitement keeps her motivated every day. Congratulations, Ms. Kahn. Teacher Spotlight is proudly brought to you by Bounds Heating and Air. Experience the highest quality of comfort. Bounds Heating and Air.
The best Thursday night lights and Friday night rivals highlights from across the country.
Is Max Rebish. The long snapper is Kenny Jett. The kick is no good. It's blocked, but then caught by the Red Knights, and they find the end zone. Touchdown, Toronto. Michael Henry got his field goal blocked, caught it, and said, look what I found. Touchdown. In one of the most bizarre football plays you will ever see.
48 yards per score. He's in motion again. They throw it behind the line of scrimmage. Double pass. Looking deep. Prince Terrence has it. Give him his crown again.
Right from his own end zone. Powell's got to get rid of it. He does. Throws it long. Has a receiver. And it's a catch by Jackson. Quintrell Jackson. One man to beat. Oh, my goodness. The Golden Gophers score again. Another City of Bessemer touchdown.
Here's Michael to throw. Over the middle. Ball tipped. And intercepted. That is Nicholas Alvarado with the pick.
This is a short kick. Picked up there by Scoop Smith. Reversing field, and he's dragged down. Uh-oh. No, he's still on his feet. Scoop Smith reversing upfield. Look at Scoop. He tricked everyone. 70 yards.
We've caught Trenton coach Fry here. Trenton is a team, they look forward to the future. Trenton as a school looks forward to the future. What do we got in the future?
Well, we're sitting there, we're building this year. We had a rough start over the last couple of years, so this year we're building on it, and in the second half we're going to just work on a couple of things and see what we can do.
Great. You got any secrets you want to tell?
Not right now, but we'll see what happens. We're going to play the next 2 quarters and get out of here.
That sounds great. Keeping it under his hat. We're going right back up to Randy and Shannon in the booth.
Darlena, thank you very much. All right, Shannon, your thoughts about what to expect in quarter number 3 here?
Gosh, well, I guess we maybe recap what happened in quarter number 22, which was like an offensive explosion by Lafayette, and total just a meltdown by Trenton, right? But here we are, a new half, and a lot of times we hear this, if the age-old adage, whether you played organized sport or whatever it may be, when there's a halftime, you know, they say it's 0-0, the score is 0-0. Trenton has the opportunity to come out here and just maybe erase that ugliness, probably the ugliest half of football we've seen from Trenton in a very, very long time, right? We got to see the 2013 and 2015 team here honored tonight, some of the best teams that ever come through in the country, right? And this is not what they want to come back to, right? They didn't want to come back and see Lafayette just kind of run their boys out of the house. So it's some retribution, if you will, for them to come in and play a better half of your Trenton and get some offense going.
It's time now for the Sky Frog Tree Service kickoff. Sky Frog, stay motivated. One thing I noticed is when Gentry was coming back out on the field, Jackson was limping a little bit. So I wonder if that's why they made the substitution, but we'll see how he fares here in the third quarter. So they'll get the ball to start first. And they fake the handoff at that time. Henry's got it, and hit the wall right around the 34-yard line. That was a solid hit on the play. And actually, one of his up men is going to be slow to get up.
He hit his own guy there.
That's number 70, Alex Conister.
Yeah, just kind of ran right into a wall. And see here, try to fake the handoff. So split 2 guys right here, good. And then all of a sudden, bam, he hits his own guy right there. Just you never want your own guy to hit you with a hit stick. And sometimes when the going gets rough, the rough gets going for a team. And that's exactly what happened right there. So
we'll see what Coach Fry and company can do. This team last year was 5-8. 2 years ago, 5-5. 3 years ago, 0-9. But this is a team that has turned it on this year. 5-2. They're starting the first 7 weeks.
Yeah, looked really good. Played a tough Chiefland team, right? John Adams and his bunch over there, and pretty good team, pretty good season so far. But just happened to run into that buzzsaw here again tonight.
And a short gain on the first down play. They maintain possession, so that's a start, and they'll get the ball second down now as we start quarter number 3 of week number 8, as indeed Gentry is out there, and he's running it on the keeper that time. So that's good to see. Like I said, when he came on, he was limping. And in fact, you look at him now, he's favoring the leg a little bit as he walks.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a knee or ankle or hip. I mean, he's definitely favoring it, right? Didn't want to come out. Sometimes that's the toughness of a football player, the toughness of any football player. Never wants to come out of a game and wants to just kind of fight through it. As the coach always said, throw some dirt on it, you'll be all right. But when you're down 47-0, Sometimes it's like, hey, should you rest the starter?
From the eye, the handoff on the play goes to Henry, and he's whipped down on the play. Nicely done tackle-wise by Ty Donaway. So Donaway with the hit. They'll get the ball shy of the sticks by about a yard or so. It'll be 3rd down and 1 from the 43-yard line.
Yes, it's nice little run right there, and this is good for Trenton because they get into the regular offense, right? Everything's opened up. I saw a couple of hook passes. Saw some stuff in the passing game that was encouraging, but their run game has pretty much been shut down for a majority of the night.
Big play here. They need to get a first down to keep this drive alive, and they'll hand it off, and they'll get the first down across the 45 up to a 47. But wait, we'll see. There's a flag on the play. It could be another UF Health first down, but we'll sort out the penalty situation.
Yeah, it looks like a face mask. It looks like
it is.
Yeah, it looks like that's kind of what we saw, the head jerk right there. So a nice little 15-yard penalty right there. In favor of Trenton.
You kind of mentioned at halftime, it was neat to see them honor the 2013 and 2015 team. In fact, one of those teams, according to Max Preps, was the #1 team in the nation at that time.
I got to see that team. I played live, and, when they say dominant on defense, I mean, this was a team, and they mentioned it at halftime, that had a running clock for 14 of the 15 games that they played because they were just that dominant. And it was really their defense that just didn't allow. They allowed 5 touchdowns all season long.
First down from the 39-yard line. Nice move to get by 2 defenders in the backfield, and he'll motor down to around the 37, perhaps the 36, pick up a couple. And if nothing else happens here, if you could sustain a drive without a turnover, that'd be a key for the Tigers.
A key and the best that they've probably seen all night, right? We've seen 4 turnovers in the first half alone. And those turnovers all were converted into points. We're talking 35 points that was converted off of those turnovers. I mean, if you just stay turnover free and play some defense, this game's 12-0, right? So I think that's what happened here tonight. I think that's what happened to Trenton, where they, when that sandball, when that snowball started rolling downhill, picked up steam, and they just couldn't recover from it.
Picked up 2 on first down, 2nd down and 8 now. Gentry to throw, the quick pop, and the pass is complete. And they've got the ball down for a gain of about 5 on the play.
That's been a little successful play. If they're going to look for any positives from this game, and they can. A lot of times these games that get out of hand pretty quickly, there's always positives right there. But Ryan B. Evans is nice on that little 5-yard hook and, able to turn up and get some good yards if they're looking for something in their passing game.
You raise the roof on that play, and it is indeed time to raise the roof with Mission Metals. Mission Metals, your trusted hometown metal roofing and metal building supplier right here on Friday Night Rivals. So with that being said, it's 3rd down. They need another 4 to move the sticks again. And again, we'll have the continuous clock here in the second half. One thing that Florida does that some states don't do is if you cut the margin under 35 or 30, it goes back to regular timing procedures. That's not the case in Florida. Quick pop pass is complete near side, and the drive does stay alive.
So I learned something new right there, Randy. So you're basically saying if that deficit goes under 35, that running clock still is in play.
In Florida it is, yeah. Bivens makes another catch. That's number 7 for him in this contest. Quick pop, nicely done by Gentry. Little padding that time before the hit is made on the play by Donaway again.
Yeah, look at Bivens. He's got, probably like his 8th, 9th catch here tonight. Just done a really good job of kind of commanding the target share in the passing game for Trenton when they really need it.
He is the #1 receiver, and he wears #1 on his back as well, too. Hand off to Henry, looks for the diagonal. And this is not the team we saw in the first half. I mean, offensively, they did some things well, but by about the 3rd or 4th play, there was a miscue where they do something to cause a penalty or a turnover.
I told you, like, it's 0-0. Like, I'm sure when you went into halftime and you expected the speech to be like, oh, guys, we're terrible. No, it's never that. Any coach worth his salt was going to come out and say, hey, listen, it's 0-0. We didn't play our best football clearly in the first half. We basically fumbled away, a lot of our opportunities.
It's the school bus stop of the game. Tell you more about that in just a second as the handoff goes off the left-hand side, and Henry's got it and gets it inside the 15-yard line before the entire team tackles him. Again, during the 4th quarter of tonight's game, we'll be highlighting the school bus stop of the game. The law in every state requires drivers to always stop for a school bus when the stop arm is out and the red lights are flashing. So Henry and company keeping the drive alive inside the 15-yard line. The 14 now in the Column Mattress red zone. And again, let's see if they can keep going here. So we're already more than halfway through the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, we are. I mean, that running clock really goes quick. And, sure enough, it's like, it's almost like when you get up by that much or you're down by that much if you're Trenton, it's hard to play catch up because of the running clock, right? Obviously, you want to, make sure everybody gets out of the game safely and get the game done with. But, at this point in time, scoring some points would mean a lot to this football team.
Braswell's got it. And
they fumble the ball. You've got to be kidding me.
And a turnover again.
Oh.
This time it is Caden Woods who comes up with the football.
My gosh.
We will take a quick break about 7 minutes into the second half. Troubles continue for the Tigers, down 47-0. And welcome back. During the fourth quarter of tonight's game, we'll be selecting the IBEW Local 1205 Player of the Game. The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 1205, powering a brighter future. So first down and 10 now.
Take a look at
the Hornets.
Take a look at number 9 right there, Tywan Williamson. If I have to guess, he's going to be the leader in the clubhouse, if I'm not mistaken.
In fact, he can stay in the clubhouse right now because he's not on the field. Change of quarterback. Did we take too long? Got a flag that was tossed very casually. I think I'm just going to place this down.
Legal substitution, maybe?
And we're waiting for a signal. Darian Blue, our referee, is standing in the end zone. He's waiting to see what it is. Procedural call. So second down at 14. Going to see some fresh faces out there on both sides of the football, I think. And can he get away? He does. Initially to the left and then to the right, and on the carry that time. Lafayette's got the ball out of the end zone.
Yeah, you got Jackson Lawson coming in at quarterback, replacing Tywan Williamson and what he's done here tonight. And it's good to be able to get this, be able to, for him to be able to see this because, listen, Williamson's he's a senior, right, after this year, and that young man moves on to brighter pastures, if you will. This is going to be the quarterback, right? These reps mean valuable play time, especially when the lights go on. Some things you can never really get in practice, and so these are really meaningful reps for him.
Ball just inside the 5. It'll be second down at 14 from there. And they'll get the ball up to the line of scrimmage and maybe the 6-yard line. That's about it. Short gain on the play. And right now the clock just dwindling down late in the third quarter here. As again, you'll see some new faces out there on offense, but on defense, you still see big number 20 out there making the hits for Trenton, and that's Zane Braswell.
Yeah, Braswell's still out there playing, and that starting defense is just, had a tough first half. I don't think it really was indicative of, who they are, how they can play. I think it was because of Lafayette and being the really tough offense there is to guard, and you got a superstar at quarterback in Williamson, and you got a bunch of playmakers out there. I just don't think they were able to put their best foot forward here tonight.
A gain of 1 on the play. It'll be third down at 13. Dare we see the first punt of the night?
Shocking. Didn't have that in the bingo card.
We'll find out, yeah. Rolling is Lawson, getting out of the end zone, dumping, and the pass is caught and dropped. Rule it incomplete, and so now for the first time tonight, with about 2 minutes left to go in the third quarter, it is fourth down for the Hornets.
I mean, we haven't seen this from them tonight, have we?
No.
I think they've scored pretty much every single drive that they had in that first half, and this is, probably a testament to how good they are offensively. But good little stop here for Trenton.
So it'll be fourth down as the clock is under 2 minutes left to go in the third quarter. 47-0 in this contest. It was 28-0 at the end of one quarter, and they added another 19 points in that second stanza, including a touchdown on the last play of the first half. So lonely man tonight, Caden Woods, who also has a fumble recovery, finally gets a chance to punt the ball. But it won't happen yet because we have a penalty. We have delay a game. No, delayed a couple more times. Maybe you don't have to punt at all, right?
I mean, you probably could delay it all the way until to the end of the fourth quarter if you really wanted to.
I didn't have a beard when it started. All right, so now fourth down. The ball's going to be resting back around the 2-yard line. Now you have to be very careful. You don't have as much room now with that back of the end zone. hovering nearby. Let's see if he cheats up a step. He's got it, and the kick is high and not stylistic. It's going to bounce inside the 10-yard line almost. This could be a net of just a couple of yards.
I mean, you're talking about something that you needed. That sky-high kick for net 2, 3, 4 yards maybe?
We'll see. We'll take a break. Late in the third. 47-0 here on my 11.
I don't know. Maybe they just were going to run it out. Yeah, they probably were going to run it out.
Welcome back. We're going to the other end of the field, but the clock still reads 17.7 seconds, so maybe we won't run another play before the end of the quarter, but we'll wait and see. And the clock is now moving, and I think that will indeed end the third quarter.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to stop the bleeding. I mean, somebody had to make it happen, right? So,
well, with all that action in the last 17 seconds, I need to take a break. So I don't know about you, Shannon. We're going to take another break.
Let's take another break.
All right. Cleansing breath. We'll be back. The excitement of the fourth quarter just around the corner here. Week number 8, Friday Night Rivals on My 11. Stay tuned.
This is the school bus stop of the game. Always remember to stop when the school bus arm is out.
And here comes the school bus stop of the game. Always stop for a school bus when the stop arm is out and the red lights are flashing. Not stopping or trying to beat the stop arm puts lives at risk. Can result in large fines, points on your driver's license, and license suspension. Mr. Hawkins celebrating. Look at the airtime as well, too. Oh.
Yeah, you got a little speed. Mario Hawkins, fantastic job putting that pick six right before the half and taking it for 6.
And guess what? He is just a sophomore.
Oh, gosh, he's going to be a problem. I know they're not looking forward to seeing him, but I'm sure Lafayette's looking forward to watching him grow and become a superstar, which he's been here tonight. A couple of turnovers and all that good stuff, and now standing on the sideline, chilling himself.
So the net on the punt is 4 yards. It'll be 1st and goal now. And the toss goes to Alex Henry, and Henry is in for a touchdown. Yes,
there you go.
15 seconds in to the fourth quarter. There's another Radiant Credit Union touchdown, and we stand at 47-6.
There you go. Get yourself into the end zone. That's what you got to do. And listen, at least that goose egg is off that board. And if you're Trenton, feels good. Alex Henry, their leading touchdown scorer on the season, finally gets another one. Got to feel good if you're Trenton not to be able to break that goose egg.
And good blocking to the outside. Let's give the offensive line some credit there, too. Good seal off to the outside, and Henry finds pay dirt. Just like that, they are on the board for the first time tonight at 47-6. Do you go for 1 here, 2, or 41?
Go for 2. I mean, listen, nothing to lose, right? You miss, you make it great.
All right. So they'll go for 2, and again, they've had the backup quarterback in. Wyatt Yarber on that last drive, and he's going to hand it off here on the try for 2, and they're not going to get it. Great job by that defense to shut it down. That was Jericho Aragon who's making the hit on the play, and we'll stand at 47-6. So with that being said, we're going to toss it to one more break here as the margin at 41 points. 47-6, all Hornets in this one. We'll take a break right now on Friday Night Rivals on My 11. Big shout out to Bounds Heating and Air. Experience the highest quality of comfort. Bounds Heating and Air. Thank you to them for their support all season long. So the Tigers get on the board, make it 47-6 now. And the clock already running again. Still the margin of 35 points or greater. A high third hop there and trickles out of bounds. You always look for that high second or third hop with a chance to get the ball. And that time the sidelines worked against him, so we'll have the flag on the play as well.
Yeah, trying to get that onside kick, and you knew it was coming. There's no surprises there, and trying to formulate something there, and nice try at it. But I mean, of course, out of bounds is going to create a penalty. They're going to get the ball from a really good spot if you're Lafayette. And listen, game's still going on, right? These guys still have something to prove if you're Trenton. Right, Lafayette's done a lot to you in the first half. Did actually all their damage in the first half. So, opportunity for another stop and maybe put some more points on the board. get his score back into like almost a respectable range.
Coach Fry, this guy is nothing but successful in whatever he does in work and also, you know, coaching as well too. So, you know, this team is going to bounce back from this too. And, you know, they need one more win to have their first winning season since 2017. On the other hand, you've got a team in the Hornets who, when you look at it, they've won what? Something about 11 of their last 12 regular season games, about to make it 12 of 13. And do you like what you see from the Hornets?
You know, if we're foreshadowing, Randy, this is a team that's going to be tough to beat, and not only just the regular season, but we're talking about the rural state playoffs that are coming up, and wouldn't be surprised to see this team be competing for the state championship come December.
Coach Edwards has them headed in the right direction. As Shannon's notes go flying. I think they took too long to get this playoff. So, and your notes are retrieved. Look at that.
Yeah, look at that. You know, you have such good people. This young lady to the right of me, she's such a good person. Such a good person.
I think she's cute. I'm going to ask her if she wants to marry me 11 years ago. The penalty's going to mark it back inside the 35 to the 34-yard line. And Shannon, we might mention, too, is going national on us next week, correct?
I am. I will be on the Today Show talking about the Green Bay Packer Pittsburgh Steelers game coming up next week, doing a couple of barbecue items for them on the Today Show, 9 o'clock on Friday morning. So if you're watching, tune in. I'm there.
Oh, that'll be special. I'll watch that. Yeah. Normally I don't watch daytime TV, but I'll make an exception for you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
If we get you on The View, then it'd really be great.
I know. I really hit a different level then. So.
Gain of 1 on the play. They'll get it to the 35-yard line, as that time on the carry was Reese Hurst, and he is just a freshman. And the clock is just in high gear right now, about 5 minutes into the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
7-6.
Yeah, high gear is absolutely right. And, you know, you only will see a couple of drives. I mean, maybe 2 drives apiece in the second half for each team. And, you know, Trenton made the most of theirs, right? They made the most of their drive and was able to get in there, get into the end zone. So maybe they build on that for next week, but just too much Lafayette this week for them to contend with.
2nd and 14. They picked up 1 on first down. Doing a good job of milking the clock here with a long count. Lawson's going to keep it, and he'll get it up to just around the 40-yard line. So it'll be 3rd down and long from there.
You see a lot of guys coming on and off the field. A lot of guys are getting some play time, which I always love. We talked about the obvious reasons why.
All right, got a big one next week. Vanguard from the Ocala area coming up to take on the Hurricanes. So that's next Friday night. And will you be with us, Superstar, or will you still be in New York?
I will still be in New York next week, right? So we'll be you and Jeff next week. So you guys.
We don't know that. I wasn't supposed to be here this week until 5 minutes before I got here. So we don't know. Somebody will be here next week. We'll leave it at that. You're my agent. You're doing a rotten job, Shannon. They're down to 9 from the 40-yard line. Stop representing me, please. Backs in the backfield. 3rd down. Also with some pressure. Rolling left. Can he get away and get it downfield? Tough pass. Throws it up for grabs. Pass incomplete. A little strong on the play. Intended for Jackson Murphy, also a freshman out there. So it'll be a punting scenario coming up now for the Hornets.
Another punting situation. I mean, 2 for 2 right here. If you're Trenton, nice job being able to play a little defense here, making a stop against the second team and getting the ball back, maybe get the ball back in the end zone here.
Do you know who you'll be talking with and speaking to on the show on Friday?
It doesn't matter. I'm on the Today Show. I'll be talking to all of them, right? I'm just going to try not to make a fool of myself, Randy.
Oh, are you going to come back? Or are you going to stay up there and just kind of host from now on?
Well, I think I went superstar level now, so, I may try to get on with get on maybe a lot of daytime show. I may even try to get on a soap opera up there.
There you go. As the stomach turns.
As the stomach turns, wow.
There you go. And there's the punt. A nice one from the southpaw, and it'll fly over everybody's head inside the 15 to the 10. And inside the 10 to the 9, and it dies right there. And with that being said, we'll step aside one more time for a break here. 47-6. Trenton got on the board, and they'll get a chance to score one more time here. Week number 8 of Friday Night Rivals. Welcome back as the Tigers growling and coming back out on the field, trying to make a statement here with one more score, down 47-6 in this one. Randy Reinhardt sitting in for Jeff Cardozo alongside Shannon Snell. Glad to have you aboard. Our producer on site, the one and only, please hold your applause for Ben Collins as well, too. A great crew, too. Dustin back in master control. Thanks to everybody who makes this possible here tonight on a gorgeous night to be outside and wearing shorts, right?
We're in shorts, Randy. I really need to start watching the forecast because we get to that part of the year where it gets really cold.
Yeah.
And I sit in shorts and we try to motor through this and you hear my teeth chattering and stuff like that because it's cold out here.
Hey, I've got a long sleeve F&R shirt, see?
Listen, if you're back at the station or, the good folks over at My 11, I need a long sleeve shirt. It's getting kind of cold out here.
Well, the first down play, they're going to keep it on the ground. And wow, the pressure's there. And is the ball free? I think we have a fumble.
What?
Yep. It's scooped up by the Hornets. They've got the ball back.
Oh, my. That's the 6th turnover tonight. You're not going to win football games like that. That's just, even you're not, it's unfathomable that happens. Like, if you're playing a video game on a video game at home, this is not, it's very hard to do that, even on rookie mode.
For as great as you feel right now for Marcus Edwards, you have to feel that kind of empathy right now for Bryant Fry and what his team has gone through in this contest.
Yeah, but you got to preach ball security. A lot of these turnovers that happened tonight, a couple of them off of good plays, one of them off of a big hit, right? But a lot of them were self-inflicted, and those can't happen. Trenton's a good team. We cannot take that away from them, all right? What they did here tonight, not indicative of who they are, but, they got to be able to be better with the football.
And the ball is just sitting there free and eventually covered up by the Hornets. So a lot of mass substitutions going in and out at the last second, especially for Lafayette. They'll have the ball first down and goal at the 7.5-yard line. And they'll get the ball inside the 5 to around the 4-yard line on the plays. That time on the carry once again. Second time he's touched the ball is Reese Hurst. So it'll be second down. Do you reach a point now where you might want to just take a knee and call it a game?
Yeah, in the spirit of sportsmanship, yeah, I figured you would. There's nothing good that can come from scoring another touchdown here. You're already up. You're already, you're going to win this football game hands down, walking out of here without a problem. The last thing you want, and none of the starters are really in at this point, but the last thing you want is for anybody to be injured, anybody to get hurt, or anything happen here at the end of the game.
Second down. The ball inside the 5-yard line. Again from the gun for Lawson and company. And does Hurst get in? He's pushing and pushing, and his teammates trying to get that last touchdown for him. And let's see if he gets stopped short of the goal line or not. Looks like he is stopped short. It'll be third down and goal inside the 1-yard line.
That's a tush push away from a touchdown here.
You like the tush push?
I love it. It's an offensive lineman's dream because you get to get in there and get into really a rugby scrum, right? It's not an illegal play. Philadelphia Eagles do such a good job with it. That's why everybody hates it. It's because it's pretty much unstoppable. So if you're looking to stop something like that, get in the weight room, get your weight up, and try to stop it.
I've seen teams stop it, but, the Eagles just don't seem to be stopped. There's some kind of elixir they have. Third down and goal, a chance for one more score. The ball is free. Hurst lost it, and he gets waylaid. Back around the 7-yard line. Good pursuit defensively coming in to make the hit on the play for Trenton by Aiden McDaniel. So now it's fourth down.
Yeah, McDaniel able to come through. That ball's on the ground, which we've seen quite a few times. Not so much by Lafayette tonight, more by Trenton, but ball on the ground, able to get back there, and McDaniel making the tackle.
Ball touching the 5-yard line. Under a minute left to go on this fourth down play. For the most part, this crowd has been loyal on both sides, sticking around to the bitter end. It's been bitter for one side and very sweet for the other. Trip to Mayo will be very happy for the folks in Hornet Land. Half a minute left to go, and fourth and goal from the 5. I think they took too long, didn't they? Yeah,
they did.
The game. I love the look of the guys and the Hornets going, what? What happened here?
Well, maybe that might have been by design, but, fantastic game. It seemed to be the last play of the game, but fantastic game by the Hornets of Lafayette. Just an amazing job in the first half by that offense and that defense. really showcasing how good that football team is.
Well, last year when these teams met, it was 47-0 in favor of the Hornets. This year, it's 47-6. They've now taken this contest 5 consecutive years, although Trenton won it from 2011 to 2017. Time to pick a player of the game for this contest. And, you know, there was a leader that we saw in the first half that showed his mobility as a running back and also as a quarterback and an arm, too, throwing on the run across his body a couple times. We're talking about that man, big number 9, who makes the play on offense and defense in Tywan Williamson.
I mean, good gracious. I mean, I don't know if what he did tonight does him justice, but look at this guy, what he did here, the 2-point conversion in that first half. But those first 2 quarters were magical, able to drop dimes. And you see it right here where his receiver could catch it only. Just a fantastic job by him. And I told what I told everybody at the top of this broadcast was this guy was going to do everything in his power to will his team to a victory. And sure enough, you saw the best of him in that first half. That's one of the most electric playmakers in North Central Florida.
That is your IBEW Local 1205 player of the game. Congratulations to Tywan Williamson as the player of this contest. 47-6 the final in this contest. Trenton falls to 5-3, and the Hornets now go to 7-1. We'll take a break, and Darlena will talk to a very happy group of Hornets coming up here on My 11. Welcome back to Trenton Middle High School. It is all over. The Hornets of Lafayette High School, 47-6 over the Tigers. We mentioned the fact now they go to 7-1 on the campaign. Their lone blemish, if you're wondering, for the Hornets on the season was to Chiefland by a final score of 41-14. Of course, Chiefland only has 1 loss on the campaign as well, too. So congratulations to the Hornets for a great job. And for the Tigers, plenty to build upon from this contest. And this is a team, I don't want to say that they're learning to win again, but, you know, sometimes you got to learn to believe in yourselves before other people will believe in you as well, too. And I think they're reaching that point right now where it's make or break here in the last couple games of the season to see if they can get over that 500 mark on the campaign for the first time since 2017.
Yeah, it's been a long road for them, right? It's been a long road. And, you know, when you come from such a successful upbringing and a successful past, it's sometimes hard to have that sustainability throughout the entire course of time, especially in team sports, Randy. But I think, you know, the Tigers have the opportunity to do that, right? They have a really great community. They have a great coach. They have a great assistant coaches. So even though it was a loss tonight, you know, it's a building block, and there's always a road back. So keep working at it. But, you know, as to Lafayette and what they did tonight, the Hornets are fantastic, and congratulations to them.
And speaking of great coaches, they have one down on the sidelines for the visiting squad. You know, Marcus Edwards has done a great job now. He's 39-18 for the 3-time All-State selection, who now comes back home to coach. Thomas Wolf was wrong. You can go home again. Let's go down the sidelines, and Darlene Acuna standing by with a very happy Hornet.
Out here with the winning team. Guys, how does it feel?
Feels awesome.
Look, it was wonderful to see y'all play tonight. You guys gave it your all. You got any final words, Coach?
No, I really appreciate you guys covering us. The guys came out and played hard. The things we asked them to do day in and day out, they came out and did tonight, and I'm proud of this group.
We're super proud of y'all, too. Thank you for coming out. And we've got IBEW Local 1205 trophy for the team.
That never gets old, does it, Shannon?
Oh, it never gets old. It always feels good, right, when you win a trophy, especially a Friday night Rivals trophy. And, you know, once again, shout out to IBEW Local 1205 for everything that they do. And shout out to producing such a great game tonight. We talked about Dustin and Ben running around here like a crazy man and keeping us sane, right? And thank you to everybody that helped broadcast and all of our camera crew. This has been coming down towards the end of the season, Randy, and here we are. So another good football game here tonight.
And another one next week, too. Vanguard taking on Gainesville, and the Hurricanes will have that for you. Somebody will be here next Friday.
Somebody will be here.
And it is promising the world. But, sir, on a last-minute notice, it was great to be upstairs here with you. And let's do this again real soon.
As always, Randy. Always fun, brother.
Thanks to everybody involved, but most importantly, our thanks to you for watching. 47-6, the final tally in this one. I will say it one final time as we sign off. You've been watching Friday Night Rivals, presented by local IBEW 1205 and Radiant Credit Union, and you're watching it one place, right here on My 11. Good night, everybody.
Thank you to our valued sponsor partners who make this telecast of Friday Night Rivals possible. IBEW Local Union 1205, Radiant Credit Union, and Parks Motor Group. Also, thank you to our great sponsor supporters for their contributions. Pavlov Media, GFL Environmental, UF Health OrthoCare, Sonny's Barbecue, Bounds Heating and Air, Skyfrog Tree Service, Mission Metals Manufacturing, Call a Mattress Superstore, and Tucker Chiropractic. And a special thanks to tonight's participating high schools for their continued support.